talked to people in the Torrington Zoning Commission, and they said this is the way they run it too, and they try to keep it orderly. Now, I don't know what was done in the past, and if I'm doing something that offends you, I apologize for that, but that's not my intention. My intention is to run this thing in a fair and equitable way and cover all the points as they should be covered.
You have the gentleman here right in front of you to answer all your questions. He's the one that got the complaints filed against him. He knows more than anybody in this room. Ask him. He's right there in front of you. We're all commissioner. Ask him.
I would be more than happy to address the commission if you'd like, especially going back to all the previous complaints that have been filed. So if it pleases the commission, our CEO, while he's here, I'm sure he has more information he'd like to know. I can do it now. I can do it with him. Obviously, I'll be back at the next meeting. I can address your concerns after he's done his investigation. Whatever the commission requests.
I think in fairness to the complainant, we should wait until we hear for the investigation of the zoning violation. And then at that time, I think it would be appropriate for any other comments to be made one way or the other. Do you agree with that? Or?
How about some hope, you know, for Pesci and for Muskowski? I see some desist.
Okay,
well, I think we are butting up against inconsistency.
Except that you haven't had an investigation yet. You have no idea what's going on.
Wait.
I don't know anything about Mr. Tchaikovsky's business, so I don't know what's going on. I can't make a fair judgment.
Nor do I. And how long have you been on the commission? The same
as you.
The same as I. So we don't have.
I also don't have the history of all the complaints against Mr. PC. I'm going by the information that is brought forward and given to me. Right. So I was not here for the original complaint against Mr. PC. I do not think that invalidates me from having an opinion as to how to proceed with the accumulated situation as it exists. And I think, you know, here we have a situation where for a number of years as well, there are complaints. Has anyone ever gone out and looked at his property? Has anyone approached you?
Absolutely, and every time that's happened, Ms. Nelson came out and said I was not in violation of each and every one of the other complaints that were there. I think it's a far different situation than Mr. PC. She came out several times, and in each and every one of the reports, it says that she agrees with me that I'm not running a business out of my house. I was building a house.
That's not true. That's not true. When you built your house, she did give you a lien. You had a time to build your home. But that's not true. After that, your house was built. One other thing, I'm going to say this. You're saying also, you're also saying that you don't know anything about it. Every one of you have been to that website. You've seen what's going on. You've heard the interviews of the neighbors. There isn't one of you sitting there that don't know what's happening right now. Every one of you know what's going on. All right? You're just choosing to turn around and ignore it.
Absolutely not.
It's a conflict of interest. Come on. Let's get right
No, absolutely not choosing to be for one person or another. Absolutely not. And I've said that before in a public forum, and I'll say it again. That's not happening. I want to get all the information. I want to get all the facts. And then we should act on the facts that we know, whether it be from last week, last month, or 6 months or 2 years ago. I don't know them. But I will.
You want to do the right thing? Go visit some of the 88-year-old people that live in his neighborhood, too old to even get here to turn around and fight. How's that? Well, go visit them in their houses. You want to do something? Instead of sending Mr. Perkins, who works for Mr. Tchaikovsky, ready, to send him out to work, to turn around and file a complaint against his boss, okay, which I think is wrong, right? Go out and visit those people that can't make it here because they're ill health, and talk to them and see what they say what's going on, okay? You want the answer? Go get it.
I do want the answer. Because this is not an orderly meeting, and you ought to have respect for everyone here. This is not kiddie stuff.
So, Joe,
You should be doing it correctly.
I have, in thinking about this, if as Mr. Tchaikovsky says, he is not in violation,
Right.
a cease and desist would then be moved. So there is no harm in filing a cease and desist against the activity that's being complained about. And if it's not
There's
that,
not only
if
no harm,
there's,
there's no point either.
Oh,
oh,
wow.
I think there is a
No,
point though,
there'll
because
be a-
there
there'll
are
be a point-
complaints,
there'll be a point
Joe,
when he
excuse me,
comes
there are
back.
complaints
Joe,
on record.
Joe, I want to tell you your business, right? You're a chair, you're not supposed to argue. As a chair, you're supposed to listen to the other commissioners.
No, I'm learning, thanks.
Okay.
I appreciate that, thank you, go ahead. If I interrupted you and I wasn't supposed to, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's okay, we're all learning,
Yeah, we are,
absolutely.
right.
I think that, given the history, and that there are complaints on record prior, and there is another complaint here now, current, that addresses the same issue, I don't see the problem with doing a cease and desist. And if there is nothing that is in violation, then there's nothing in violation. But at this point, it seems as though there's a consistent reference to violations, right?
Are you asking now for, are you asking an
Well,
opinion at this point?
rhetorical. Okay, so there is a consistent history of complaints throughout the years. And I think it is only fair to be consistent. And if there are complaints against PC, there are complaints against Mr. Truskowskis, then we should act consistently.
Same.
Son?
My only question for you guys is, Mr. Kesey has talked to multiple times. He chooses not to respond, from what Dave is telling us. I don't know what complaints in the past have been made to Mr. Truskowskis. I don't know his business. I don't know how many of them are old that Ms. Nelson has said, nope, he's all set. I don't know which one, other than this current one, which one, I don't know how many outstanding versus maybe were supposed to be resolved by Ms. Nelson that were either okayed or not okayed or...
Here's a problem, if I may interrupt you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mr. PC has something that is physically there.
Yep.
He has to do something very specific to get that thing moved. You can move trucks half an hour, have them off the site, and have no visible violations.
True.
So I think in terms of assessing it, depending on when Karen went out there, I don't know what was there on the property at the time.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
So-
why I'd like to
So
know.
I think that's where, we have to take into account consistent complaints against activity that can come and go at will, and maybe we're not right there at the right time. But if there is, there's this video, there are complaints, I think we need to take that seriously. So I would move to issue a cease and desist. I would make a motion to, oh, Joe, you know what I mean.
Well, that's the problem, I don't
Yeah.
know all these little...
Okay. So I make a motion that we issue a cease and desist
So then...
to Mr. Truskowskis
We're looking
for his
We're looking for a
truck
second,
operation.
is that?
Yes, there has to be a second.
And do I get the second, or just?
Yes.
Anybody who wants to.
Is there anyone that would like the second?
I'm not voting on this topic because I don't feel I have enough information to vote either way.
There is no second.
There's not enough for me to vote.
Probably,
You recuse yourself if you have a personal interest or a financial interest in this.
Oh, I don't have either, but I feel
Well,
like
then
I
you're
don't have
allowed, you
enough
can
facts
vote.
to-
You can vote.
So I have to say no, yes.
You can cry no problem.
You can abstain.
then I abstain. 'Cause I don't have all the
But
facts.
then we don't
I
have
was
quorum.
judgmental.
And my position is, I would like to hear from Mr. Perkins if there's violations, and if there, in fact, there are violations.
Actually, there's a motion on the floor, Joe. The proper way to do it would be to vote yes or no, vote it up or down, and then there's discussion. But you don't turn around and talk about it. You have to make yes or no.
It hasn't been seconded. Point of order. The motion has not been seconded.
Don,
Nothing to say.
you are not on this panel
I don't
right
have to
now.
be. The audience has the right to
Oh,
abstain.
wait a
Robert's rules of order allow one more audience, and that's the only
The
thing.
jig is up, Don, we're not going away. The jig is up, the game's over for you, buddy. The game's over.
That sounds like threatening thoughts, so perhaps we should have a trooper here.
The game's over. It's all on video, there's no threats here.
We're all trying to do a good job. I know I am, and I think everyone on this panel is trying to do a good job, and I think there's a lot of emotions that certainly I don't have history on, and I have nothing to gain one way or the other except doing the right thing, and that's a fact. So I would like to, there was no second on the motion. So does that mean, Polly, help me with this?
Motion dies.
At this point, what is the proper procedure?
The motion fails.
The motion fails, okay. Now, at this point, I believe I can also say what I was trying to say before. I would like to hear from Mr. Perkins, his assessment, and if he says, in fact, that there's violation, then we have to act on it.
When's he going out there? Next week? Are you going out there tomorrow morning?
When Don pulls all his trucks out, he's going out. That's what he's doing.
That's, you know, that's.
You need an
This
independent
is a circus.
investigator.
It's a
The
circus.
right thing is to
10 years it's been
issue the cease and desist, and you know what, if there's no equipment on that property, there's no finding.
Err on the side of caution. Err on the side of the.
88 years old, the gentleman's been living in hell. And you know what, you've done nothing here. And he's done it. He's the one that's behind it. Ready? It's wrong. And you know what? A cease and desist, just as she said, does nothing if he's doing nothing wrong. It means nothing.
Thank you for your opinion. And if that's necessary, we will do it. You have my word, we will do it. And it'll be based on what we have.
You had a chance to do it. No, you didn't do it.
You had a chance to do it.
Should go out there right now.
Now.
Polly, can I, at this point, help me with this? Can I close the discussion on this?
You have no second. Motion fails.
Yeah, I mean, pardon?
You have no second, so the motion fails, so we proceed with the agenda.
So if we proceed to the agenda, then it'll be any other business, and at that point...
Unless Don is coming back as
Yes, Don can come back.
secretary,
and-
co-chair.
Yes. Thank you.
So, wait, did we make a motion then?
You made a motion, it failed. No second.
Right,
No
but,
quorum.
do we make a motion to have him go out?
You don't have to make a motion. He got a complaint, he needs to go out and inspect it. When he gets a complaint, he doesn't really
And
need to
so
take
you have to act on it in a very timely manner. Is that correct, Dave? Thank you.
And I think there is going to be a problem with the movability of...
So we're on to item number 10 already. Any other business?
Oh, Don,
Yes,
don't
I've
cut
got
me
some
off.
other business.
Mr. Marzullo moved us to item number
Game's
10.
over, Don. It's over. You're done, okay? You're done. Your game is done. You've been hassling people for 10 years, okay? Interview the neighbors. Go talk to the neighbors. They're witnesses.
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you.
This is a circus.
I will. Thank you.
Game over, Don. Call the cops. I don't
They're
care.
coming. They're coming.
Go ahead.
No elected official deserves this kind of treatment.
Listen, those people don't deserve it. I interviewed him, 88 years old. There's things I couldn't put in that video.
Excuse me, we need no elected officials.
We're at town hall at a zoning meeting, and we have somebody that's being threatening and violent.
Disgraceful. I'm a Republican. Voted for you.
We're at town hall doing a zoning meeting. My name's Don Triskowskis, chairman of the zone. Harwinton.
No, you're not, you're just sitting in the audience still, they didn't tell you to come back.
Yes, I'm sure you can hear him in the background.
Come on.
You bet.
Come back, sit down.
Who relinquished the chair?
Who relinquished the chair back to you?
You give the
Mr. Marzullo did.
You did?
You motion that?
You motioned it? You motioned. Give a motion, just turn this stuff down.
I'm at the town hall, Harwinton Town Hall, and we're conducting a zoning meeting. We have some unruly guests in the audience. One's been threatening and quite active, so he's just left the building, but I'd like to have a uniformed officer here in case he returns.
Okay, so Joe, if you made a motion to retain.
Yeah, well, he's been yelling and screaming, so I'd appreciate to have somebody here. But I am the chairman of the meeting, so I need to get off the phone, but we can't have folks in here being unruly, so 860-485-6933. Don Truskowskis. What was that gentleman's name?
I don't know.
Who was the gentleman that just came in? Of course, nobody knows, but I'm sure Mr. Pace will be happy to assist you in finding out who it was. I assume so. I'm still sitting behind the desk at the zoning chair. He walked out. I asked him to leave once. He came back. So now he came back in. So we just, the whole meeting's been getting unruly, and I think it's getting out of control. So. Oh, there's probably about 35 people here, plus the commissioners. Thank you very much. All right, this time we're going to take a 15-minute recess to allow folks to settle down because there's no way we're going to continue business this way. If you guys want to come and interrupt all of our meetings, then we're going to take some very long meetings. So 15 minutes. We'll resume at 8:20.
I disagree. I don't want to sit here for 15 minutes. I will leave because I'm done taking the minutes. That's how I feel about taking a 15-minute recess.
Well,
I think everybody's pretty quiet right now. I think we can go on with our 3 more items.
we'll see how that. Any other business then?
I don't know.
Yes,
Mr. Marzullo?
I have some business. Wow. I sent the thoughts I had about a process for zoning changes that would be, I hope, more effective than the way it was done in the past, and it appears the way it was always done that way. And I would like to again email this around to all the members and request that you do not comment back to me because it could be perceived as an illegal meeting, which is certainly not my intent. Along with that, I wanted to create a database that any Harwinton resident can observe and see reason for changes, the objective of changes, who voted for what, did we go through the process, did we answer all the questions. I think that would dispel, in the future, a lot of misinformation or people misunderstanding where things are going and the reasons why. And it'll also provide information that if people were objecting to it, they understand the reasons why we're doing it, and it's very conceivable after we hear from input from the residents that we will not go forward with things. But I think it's imperative, it's important that information be supplied in a very easy way, and which is very easy to do today with the databases that are available. So I'm going to email this around again, and I'm going to ask for no comments back from any members. We'll talk about it in the next meeting. Hopefully you'll make some notes on the information I send you, and we'll get together as a team, as a committee, and try to do the right thing and see if we can expand it to have a better process in the future. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Can I make one little suggestion?
Sure.
To avoid any impropriety, how about you email it to Polly and she sends it out to everyone?
Well, actually, I looked into this thing quite extensively, and there is no impropriety if I do this.
Okay.
None at all. I've checked with numerous agencies.
I'm cool then. That's fine.
Yeah, I believe the impropriety.
And I think further that if we all have the objective of doing things better for the town, we shouldn't beat ourselves all up on little points of order. I address you as Ms. or Mrs. and so forth, and let's try to be helpful to each other and try to do a better job for the town. That's all.
I think it's a great idea, Joe. I like the accountability of it, and I'm looking forward to receiving that email and maybe trying to implement it somewhere down the road. Anything else under any other business? Correspondence? We have a letter dated March 28, 2014, from Todd R. Olette, 99 Burlington Road, Harwinton, Connecticut. To whom it may concern, should I read it for everybody to follow, or just acknowledge it?
Do as you wish, Don.
I'll read it. I am submitting my resignation as a member of the Harwinton Zoning Commission effective immediately. It is with regret that I must do this, but with the recent slanderous accusations against my business, my wife's business, and my personal character, I find I can no longer serve, nor wish to serve in the capacity in which I was elected. I feel honored and thankful to have served the town to the best of my ability as a volunteer elected official. I feel I did the best job I could under the circumstances. I wish the board and its remaining members the best of luck with their future endeavors. Signed, thank you, Todd R. Olette, received by the town clerk on March 31st of 2014. This letter was addressed in complaints. Should I read that as well? Or? That's from Allison.
We discussed that.
Yeah, we discussed that. So was there any other correspondence?
No.
Invoices? Any others? Motion to adjourn. You got to make one.
I make a motion. I make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion has been made to adjourn and seconded at 8:11. All in favor? Aye. Aye.